Good thing we streamed early just to see that everything was broken.
And just to come back in time.
Yeah, and now we are live on all the right channels. So welcome to Wistmore Grove. I see you out there, Noon. Noon, you deserve a fairy circle spin. A spin in the fairy circle.
Proceeds to yell at Noon. Noon! Noon! You deserve the world, Noon.
Yes. Is it working? Oh, no.
I don't know.
Wheel, work for me. Alright, let's do this. Oh, that won't work. Alright, let's do... Oh, no. This. Oh, that won't work.
Whenever you hear "oh no," it's usually not good. Three Thunders!
Welcome, Three Thunders. We're wheeling out the fairy circle for you all to spin in. The wheel. So how is everybody today?
Three Thunders says, whoop whoop, breaches. Breaches?
Breaches! We've been breached!
Like the underwear? Like the breeches?
No, like whole breach.
Yeah!
There we go.
Hello, Wismore. Hello, Wisteria. How's everyone doing? Oh, very good. We are here to have some nostalgic fun.
Yeah.
Are you guys nostalgic for Vampirella? Because Wismore sure isn't.
No, this was really before my time. But we'll get into that in just a second once we got all of our fairy wheels situated. Alright, this one's for you, Noon.
You sounded like a pop star being like, this one's for you!
The Beast of Govardor welcomes you to the stream. Welcome, Noon. We are glad to have you here. Your ears, we are glad to eat. They are good munchy.
Say the castle that you said in the short.
Gilet de Laval. There we go. Gilet de Laval.
Wow. Go visit it. 10 out of 10.
And we've got a Starfunkel. I remember everybody's name, even though it's in chat. But I also remember your nickname, Starfunkel.
Starfunkel.
All right, this one is for you, Three Thunders.
Vehicle. I feel like the wheel is weighted towards the beast. How dare you imply such a thing?
Yeah, it does seem like it, but we're gonna have to unearth some memes. I'm gonna have to go digging for a meme just for Three Thunders. Oh, ba-dum.
Three Thunders implies that the wheel is rigged.
I don't think we've seen this one before.
Is the wheel rigged, Wismore?
No, that's why I show it on stream. You just click the button and it does its thing.
So you don't rig it? Rig it like rigatoni.
Rigatoni. Alright.
Can I say my news?
Yeah, please do, while I dig up some memes.
Today I got a budgie.
A veggie?
A budgie, not a veggie. A parakeet, a parrot.
So...
A burb.
That also means that there is bad news.
The other bird died.
Yeah.
Moment of silence. F in chat. He was a good boy. He had a long life. He was sick.
F in chat for Scallion.
Scallion, our boy. Our anger issues boy. But then we got a new parakeet. We rescued him from the pet shop with lots of money. We paid his bail. We bailed him out.
His name is Artie or Arthur?
Arthur, and we call him Artie already. Artie comes from Arthur, but it can also come from artichoke.
Look what I just dug up.
Oh wow.
Wismore praying for his very own anime waifu. Wisteria coming with more than anyone bargained for. And those rollerblades.
That I don't know how to wield anyway.
Yeah. Alright, we got one more for Starfunkel.
Funko.
Will Starfunkel keep the same name? Let's see.
And I need the panic Twitch will put down the stream. No. Don't give Twitch ideas.
Alright, just for Starfunkel. Anime girlfriend sounds. That's you, Wisteria.
What?
I don't do the anime girlfriend sounds.
Oh, okay. Hello. And oh, I learned a new one. Wait. America, yeah. Hello. Arara. We watched an anime the other day and we heard the creepiest, most not okay ara in the entire universe.
It was this
Ew.
old lady going, ara.
It didn't even finish the second ara. It was just like an ara.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But I do the good ara.
Yeah, fairy
Anyway.
circles, you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you might get cringe werewolf voices, other times you might get cringe anime voices.
I didn't know that. I'm cringe too.
Starfunkel thinks
Wait,
they're cringe.
what?
He's trying to hide. Trying to hide from the anime girlfriend sounds.
You know what we say here in the Grove. It's not cringe unless you make it cringe.
Fair enough.
Your ara improved so much. Thank you, Noon. He was there from the first ara that I ever did with you on like this. Was it the art hangout events?
Yeah.
Back in the day when we were kids.
Yeah. Alright, why don't we dive into some Vampirellas? I've got a whole stack to share. Lots of stuff to talk about. We're gonna clean up a little bit here.
Wismar just put away his snack.
My comic book snack? Or my sage.
Your stick snack.
Yeah, my cigar. Cigar right here. I've been smoking.
That's the most woodsy kind of cigar I've ever seen. And which part do you smoke? The one that is full of dark stuff, like the black stuff? Or
No, that's the side you light, and then you smoke the other side.
Oh, you like both of them.
So this is the lowest number I have. Got it covering the number 15. We're going to go through this one today, but I just want to go through all of our covers so you can kind of see how cool they were back in the day. So this is the original run. It started in 1969. This I go far back as 1972. And look at how crisp this camera is. Perfect for today's stream.
It's like the gods said, you know what? Let's make it happen, boys. I celebrate my friends' achievements. Thank you.
Yeah, Noon's good friend. Good to all friends.
The cover art is so cool. I know we aspire to do such cool art for our comic.
Yeah, I actually have a Rosetta cover coming up. Hype for the Rosetta cover.
Hype in chat. I don't think anybody's doing streams on vintage comics, but here we are.
Yeah.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition vibes?
Oh, I think there is a Spanish Inquisition in one of these. I don't know if it'll be one we go over today.
I thought you vibe with the Spanish Inquisition vibes, Pretenders. Isn't that like your ASMR?
But yeah, these are like, these aren't digital paintings. These are like acrylic, some oil, full traditional paintings. Amazing stuff. Some sexy ladies.
Some sexy ladies. Yeah, and those are really rare nowadays in comics.
Nah, just rare in DC and Marvel independent comics. There's sexy ladies anywhere you look.
Galore.
Yep.
But you know why?
Why?
Because everybody wants to see sexy ladies besides corporations.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sprinkle in some gasoline here and there.
Reign of the Indies is soon to come.
Well, look at that anatomy. Spanish or vanish? Answer Wismore. This is like
Spanish
the fight
or
flight.
Vanish?
Yeah.
I say Spanish, because I can
Even
probably
Catalan?
read it. And Catalan can vanish.
No, you vanish when you see Catalan.
We've got this monster toad with shark teeth and Vampirella underwater.
Shark toad.
Shark toad monster. In the depths of Loch Erie.
Eerie like the other comic?
What?
Like the comic Eerie?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some recent Captain Marvel comics and not very schmixy. Oh, I like the eyelashes in that one. Starfunky said, Intra na pamăriși nu te teme, which means from Romanian, go in the waves of the sea and don't fear. Dude. Boy. Bruh.
Yeah, even with the new Vampirella comics, the ones that are coming out today, they have very sexy covers, beautiful art, but on the inside, not very sexy. Not very well done either. So this is my one Rosetta cover.
Frazetta is so good with his iconic Frazetta ladies.
Yeah,
They have that spicy body.
you can tell a Frazetta lady at first glance.
Stick figures inside. Some pages are blank too, yeah, and some are chewed.
What? None of these are chewed.
No, the art is that bad inside that
Oh.
they're just full of stick figures. Some pages are left blank.
This is Luana Jungle Girl or Beast Girl. I haven't read this one yet. Yep. Beast Girl. This one recently just came in, like yesterday.
So tell us your process. Do you go on eBay and you harass the sellers, haggle with?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I send them bids that probably
Are
offend.
unreasonable.
Yeah, probably offend some of them.
Can they have that je ne sais quoi?
Yeah.
Pretenders pulled out some French.
Je ne sais quoi.
Can I describe how you are on eBay?
Okay.
There is Mr. Seller. Mr. Seller has a magazine, like a comic. Mr. Seller says $30, which is whatever, reasonable. It's an old comic. It's a good comic, good condition. Wismore comes along, sees $30, makes another offer for, how about you do it for $5? And then that seller just rejects it within seconds. And Wismore is like, do you think I offended him? No.
Like literally seconds. As soon as I send it in, I get an email.
Yeah. And you know what it's like to be on the other side of being the seller and getting outrageous offers and being like, oh my gosh, look at this jerk. And then you decline immediately, being like, the audacity of these people. But that guy probably had a bad day. He opened his phone, he saw $5 for a vintage Vampirella with like the confidence of a 5-year-old buying things with not real money.
With pocket change.
Yeah. Being like, I would like to buy this car, dear sir. And slap some coins on the counter.
But yeah, I do have some of these that I got for $6. So
Yeah.
I've gotten some amazing finds on eBay.
Noon says, Mom, I want Monster Girl. We have Monster Girl at home. The Monster Girl at home.
Here you go. Here's a monster girl. She's got tentacle fingers.
That.
Rawr.
Somebody really studied anatomy.
Really
Yeah, it's
stuttered
almost-
finger anatomy.
No. It's almost like these people that make these comics are like actual real artists that don't have 3 side jobs to make it as an artist. What a concept.
Yeah, just wait and see it until we get inside. Like, this one isn't wrapped, but we've got amazing art in here. I can just open them up and there's going to be good art. I'm just hoping we don't have any naked ladies as I flip through.
And if we do, everybody in chat will collectively close their eyes along with Twitch.
Yeah, so the ones that I'm going to flip through today, I have looked at ahead of time, so I know where I need to stop. I'm really just playing with my luck right now in here. Because these do have some nude figures, but it's not like heavy metal where they've got, you know, full-on action happening. The action. So it's just kind of, it's tame.
Mm-hmm.
And its adultness. But I'm looking forward to going through a few of these issues with you.
Apparently, Sweet Thunder says that nudity is art, it doesn't count. And you says, it's okay, my heart is pure. Yeah,
Yes.
everybody's pure in this chat. So when I say nipple alert or something, everybody better duck under the covers.
She's making a weird face. I didn't notice that before. What's happening to her? Is she dead? Or is something else happening?
The Exorcist.
So what's really interesting about these is there are more characters in these comic books than just Vampirella. These aren't stories about just Vampirella. They have a bunch, it's more like a comics anthology. And this is how it started out. Because this Vampirella is the third in a series of Warren magazines. Started off with Creepy, and then Eerie, and then Vampirella. So there was also a ton of other horror comics out at the same time, but it just turns out that Warren magazine were the best produced. And I do have an Eerie I can share today too. Actually, since I'm talking about it, I'll go ahead and unearth it.
Can I just mention something real quick?
Yeah.
Everything needs to start with a number 1 in any kind of comic series. And this Vampirella series, this particular number 1 today is going for $2,000 and counting.
Anywhere from $1,300 to $4,200.
Yeah.
So I do not have a number 1, even a beat up one. So this was a
good investment. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, all of these, if I were to flip them, I could get at least 4 times what I bought it for. At least.
Yeah.
And this was a crossover is why I got this Eerie. It has Vampirella in it. And it has an amazing cover too. One of my favorite covers. And oh, did you know there was going to be a Vampirella movie in the 70s?
But there was one.
No, that was the 90s. They eventually came back around and produced it 20 years later.
I see.
And we have seen that movie. But this was the original actress that was going to play Vampirella. Forget what is her name. It's something Lee. Barbara Lee.
Starfunky asks, what was the last comic?
Eerie? Is that what you were
Yeah, I
asking?
think Yuri.
Okay.
Show it again, or
Yeah.
can I write it in chat?
There we go. Eerie. And the
It's really cool.
eerie
Yeah.
and the creepy comics are kind of further into horror. The Vampirella stories aren't really horror themselves. They have like horror themes, like you've got occult stuff happening, you got human sacrifices, you've got voodoo, and you've got vampires, and you know, creepy things, but they're not really horror stories. But the other stories in these Vampirellas do have are kind of more horror comics. But when you get into the creepy and the eerie, they're like fully focused on everything horror. Spicy meme? What? Connect the theme?
Yeah, spicy
Oh.
meme. Go and gibber now.
What?
Go and gibber.
Oh, gibber.
Why does it sound like a curse? Go and gibber.
Wismore, $5. One vintage schmexy Vampirella, please. That is amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Three Thunders. See, Three Thunders is spinning the wheel, getting a meme, and making it himself. Sometimes you gotta make things happen.
Yeah, I want to save that for a future meme. We'll unearth the meme later, like a time capsule of how amazing Three Thunders is. Yeah, so Barbara Lee was going to be the Vampirella in the movie, and I don't know what happened, but the movie fell through. So there's at least 3 or 4 covers where they just had pictures of this actress as Vampirella.
Three Thunder says, I'm a meme manifester. Wait, I'm a meme brewer. Nice to meet ya.
Yeah. So that shows the quality of the viewers that we have in our audience. So this is art of Barbara Lee as Vampirella. Oh, and one other interesting thing is, in these comics, it has some really good artists that were just starting out that went on to become huge. One of them is Felix Moss, who I discovered before I discovered Vampirella. Because at the time he was my favorite living artist. He does like these pretty women with all these designs. I showed a little bit of his art on stream like once or twice. But he actually illustrated some of these stories in here. And like at one time I read his background and I read he was a comic book illustrator, but I didn't know which ones and where it was. And then I saw his name on a story and I was like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, he went on to be like a gallery fine artist, making good money, just selling oil paintings.
Not having to have a side job at Walmart just to be an artist and follow his dreams, because artists do make money. I'm salty if you can't tell.
Maybe the movie was stopped because some inside drama. Yeah, there definitely was some drama. I read a little bit about it, but I think it came down to like the money vanished, but I don't remember exactly why the money vanished. But there were some people that were not getting along as well, some creators.
Noon said, I might or might not be a meme menace. Yeah, I know of your antics, Noon.
So we've got meme menace, we've got meme brewer.
Meme manifester and meme brewer.
Yeah.
We should do a showdown.
Here's another Barbara Lee cover. This is one of my horror what is it? Horror condition covers.
No money is quite the drama, to be honest. People tend to be rather dramatic when no money is involved.
It sucks
Yeah.
to be no money. You might wonder.
Go
ahead.
Did you know that there's you know, all those rappers that are all about money and flexing. There's a rapper called Baby No Money.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, I listened to it. Okay. Niche tastes. No Money Wizard Gang. Yeah.
So we got Amazon and spaceships.
Isn't she like from space? Spoilers, sorry.
Yeah, actually, we'll go over Vampirella number 1. I got it queued up, and we can see where she comes from. So there are 113 of these issues. It lasted from 1969 to around 1981. So over 20 years. Wait, that's not 20 years. That's like 13 years.
Noon said the money
12.
was spent on dressing up Barbara Lee as Vampirella for art cover. Where, if you saw how not dressed she was, I think they were spent on undressing her. Technically.
This is a very Mexican artist style here. Like you can see, I can see this as Frida, what is her name?
Yeah, Frida Kahlo.
That split! Yeah. She's an Amazon, she can do amazing things.
Everybody in chat is like, oh my gosh, that butt, that split. Everybody's like, ah, woo. Yeah.
What is the lore of this sexualized vampire? Alright, you want to get into it? You want to get into the lore? We'll stop here. This is number 91.
He wants to get in the meat of these curves.
Alright.
My jokes are not landing today, I don't know.
It's alright, I know how it is.
I am only tickling myself with the jokes today. What have I done? Yeah, suffer. Suffer.
See, this is Vampirella number 1. And right out of the gate, they hired Frank Frazetta. So this is 1969. He was doing some other things, but he was still a small artist. He wasn't charging, like, master artist rates. But they did spend good money on their covers. And go ahead.
The intuition in this chat is just astounding. Noon said, I feel like she might be a vampire.
But at the time, horror comics were mass produced. Like they were like 10 or 20 of them out, maybe more. And a lot of them were reprints, redraws, and they were about just making money rather than being really excited about horror stories and whatnot. But it was Vampirella that like was the best of them all. Put your cloth? What? What?
You started blushing when you put Vampirella on the screen, and I think you dropped your t-shirt too.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm back. I'm better.
You're getting bonked.
I just had to wipe my brow with my workout shirt. So,
It's okay.
Immediately when you open up Vampirella number 1, you've got this little intro. Also illustrated by Frank Frazetta. This is his little pen and ink he did of Vampirella. And it introduces the comic and herself. And this is something that we really enjoyed, Wisteria and Guy.
Yeah.
And she's the hostess, kind of like an Elvira character, but she predates Elvira. But she is the, I think she really inspired Elvira. Because that came at least a decade later. We got a DB! Welcome, DB!
What's up? I can hear. That is truly a miracle. DB's hearing was cured. He can hear.
What?
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I got the wrong window. But it landed on Beast Le Franche from the Beast of Gavaldor. Welcome, DB. How are you?
Havari. Can you say camembert cheese or something?
What? Come in bear cheese?
Yeah,
Uh,
like types of French cheeses.
Le croissant.
That's not a cheese.
Croissant cheese.
Okay, I'll take it. Also, welcome DB. We are talking about this sexy vampire lady character. Also, Wismar, can we also give hints on what we want to do for future projects like this beginning page?
Yeah. Take it.
Yeah, I take it. Listen, guys, we are working on a comic, and then we got inspired by these really old comics to make an introduction page, and it's gonna be about Wismore and me, and I'm gonna be just like Vampirella is in some sort of sexy pose, introducing the stories and introducing the comic to our readers, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so I never really knew about how good Vampirella was. I was aware of her growing up, but by the time I was a little boy, Vampirella had turned into something completely different. It was a superhero comic where she was with other superheroes. Sometimes she was a villain, sometimes she was part of like Justice League Dark. But I really enjoyed heavy metal, and I've always wanted to do like heavy metal kind of shorts. But then I discovered that Vampirella is sort of the inspiration for even heavy metal. They just took it even more like adult and rebellious. In terms of spicy old school wham, yeah.
You're being asked, how's the chicken in France? How's the chicken in France?
I can tell you how the raw beef is in France with raw
How is
eggs. It's disgusting but very filling and can revitalize you after a long trip.
What in the hell did you order?
It was, what's it called?
Beef steak?
No. I don't remember what it's called, oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Brain fart on that one.
You ordered minced meat?
Yeah, it was minced steak with raw eggs. And when I said I wanted it, the French waitress was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." And when the plate was brought to my table, all of the native French people in the restaurant were looking at me and seeing how I'd respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
I ate it. I ate it all. I was starved. And it was
Yeah.
revitalizing, but disgusting.
Yeah, you want to prove them wrong. You're not the one to waste food anyway, and you took the L like a champ.
Yep.
Sigh, finally choose to go to the doorway. It will hurt a bit first because I got a few things going already, but good in the long run. DB.
Oh, Godot.
The tough road is always a good road. No. You'll do fine.
Yeah, I've done a few courses with Zenva, and it's very helpful to learn, but I haven't done it in like a week or so.
Three Thunders is more used to the art of Louis Royo and Boris Vallejo. Vallejo?
Yeah. Yep.
You guys are gonna rock it. Yeah, our comic will be so awesome.
Yeah, so Wisteria is going to kind of play a host role for our comic anthology that we're illustrating and writing ourselves. It'll be a collection of different comics we've made.
So it will be like a sexy vampire character? Nah, it will be a confused fox elemental fairy spirit that likes to act sexy. Nah.
Yeah, and she enjoys her puns and is mischievous. Just like everything in the Grove. Alright, so why didn't this work?
In
Control
terms of
X.
spicy old school, yeah. Nothing is quite like old school.
Oh no.
Sweet. You have a lot to work. Yeah. It is a lot of work, but it's done in two really diligent people, so we could make it.
Let me see if any of these are gonna work. 'Cause my links are coming back bad.
Beep, beep.
Alright, there we go. So this is the spicy beginning of Vampirella. The beginning of her lore. This is page 1, panel 1 of Vampirella, number 1.
Of Draculon.
Yep, she is a space vampire from an alien planet called Draculon. And she's having a bloodbath because on Draculon they have
Water is
rivers
not
of
running
blood.
yet.
They have rivers of blood.
So you know how when you have a vampire character, usually associated with being the antagonist, but she really is like the good bad guy, the bad good. I don't know. She's not good nor bad either.
Well, she in her story she does actually do a lot of good.
Yeah.
She does try to make things right on Earth.
Yeah, but it's not like a goody two shoes kind of character just for the sake of it.
Yeah. So yeah, it talks about how it's a planet of blood. And it was an interesting take on vampires. Space.
DB says, "Oh, to be that little alien guy looking up at her." In the other image, I want to see.
Yeah, and she
Go back, go back, go back, go back. Yeah.
Actually, I next thing I will do is I'm going to go over the 25th anniversary edition that I have and I can flip through with everybody. And it's a retelling of this original story in new art. And this is her story of how she came to Earth. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and pull up this anniversary edition. Right there. I'm just handling my valuable comics.
I thought you were swatting a fly.
This is from '96, and Vampirella as intellectual property had been bought by Harris Comics, or Harris Publishing.
And promptly drowned.
Yeah, in 113, in 81, they did a bunch of reprints of old stories, and it didn't sell very well, so they just kind of shelved it for a long time. But they didn't really put much into it, and it's probably why it didn't sell very well. And what happened with Warren Publishing, his name is James Warren, he had health issues and couldn't keep things going because he was really hands-on with everything. And he had to sell off a bunch of stuff for his medical bills too. So that's why the reign of Vampirella fell, is because the main person that was publishing it just was running into his own issues, his own health issues. So here we go.
Goes to show how stressful holding this much work, like not on your own, but just overseeing so much work of 3 entire comics that run a series really takes a toll on you.
Yeah, he did a lot of one-shots too, and that's actually how I discovered Vampirella and eerie and creepy. Is somebody who shared on Twitter a page of just beautiful art in black and white. It's like, what comic book is this? I've never seen art this cool before. I think it was an Esteban Maroto piece. And so I went looking it up on the internet to see if I could find like a PDF copy of whatever it was. And then I learned it was from Warren Publishing. It was a one-shot. It was something about like warlocks and warriors, I think. And there was a bunch of shorts in the vein of heavy metal, and I wanted to get more of it. And then I was sort of rummaging through all of Warren Publishing's one-shots, and then I realized that he did Vampirella, and so I started looking through those, and I was like, whoa, this is even better than heavy metal. And that's how I became obsessed with Vampirella and started this collection.
Noon says the anime light beams at work. It's censoring. No!
Oh yeah. So this...
High quality.
Yeah, you can see this is a sort of repainting of the story we just looked at from Vampirella 1. And they kind of fleshed it out a little bit more. There's more panels. This is her seeing on the TV of Draculon that a spaceship has crashed on a near planet. And her planet is dying, the rivers of blood have dried up. So she goes flying off to see this crashed thing to see if she can find a way off the planet. She turns herself into a bat and takes a ride with these astronauts back to Earth. This is pretty good art.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
It can be dynamic and still have, you know, like the sexy lady, but with scary faces. Because the comics that I've seen like earlier this month when I was at your place, with like the newer comics, basically anything that was after 2000 something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, she looked like a gremlin.
Yeah. Good, we've got censoring here.
So in the newer comics, she really looks not sexy at all.
And this is a story of her mom, Lilith, which I haven't really read through yet. I don't know how Lilith plays in the original version. But in the later versions, and I think sometime around the 90s, after this, they sort of melded Vampirella with Lilith, so her mom kind of disappears as a character. And Dracula is her nemesis in a lot of these stories. She's got a sidekick, which is like this old showman. Like he does magic acts for stage.
Not Pendragon guy.
Yeah, his name is Pendragon. It's kind of a strange sidekick to have, an ugly old man. But, I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
What a wild woman. Indeed, Stirfunkel. Also, there's this other guy, somebody's son, Adam?
Yeah, so...
Her love interest.
Yeah, Van Helsing's son is named Adam and becomes a love interest. And I think, yeah, in one of the comics we flipped through today, we'll kind of show Adam, and Adam becomes a vampire. She tries to save him from dying, and then like Van Helsing is so enraged and offended that, you know, his son, who, like, he spends his life hunting vampires, and then his son gets turned into a vampire, so he really hates Vampirella. And in these stories, Van Helsing is an old dude. Magic green crystal.
Look at me, Wismore. I'm flushed.
Wow, why are you flushed? because of the art?
know. No, because I can.
Alright, so I have finally... Hey look, it's the Spanish Inquisition!
Oh no. Where?
This is
Oh, ceiling.
this is my last in the collection, right there.
Nice.
See, Felix Moss, Jose Gonzalez. Those are really good artists. Alright, let's open up.
Crack it open.
Yeah. I gotta repile these 1 second.
And just for everybody's knowledge, Wismore is not wearing gloves right now just for like a fashion statement. He really is wearing gloves when he's handling these comics just like casually on a normal Tuesday in his bed. So it's wild.
That's how seriously I take my Vampirella.
Van Helsing is something like, I can close my eyes for 2 seconds and you, my son, get turned into a vampire. How dare ya? Nobody expected it. That's even better.
Alright. We're gonna open up number 15. So you get to see like what kind of stories are in here.
Stories.
And one thing I really enjoy is like the ephemera, the additional pages that have like ads, or sometimes they'll have a one-page fairy tale. Sometimes they'll talk about like the publishing industry at the time. You can hear page 48, they talk about the Warren Awards and like how the economy is and what the problems with comic publishing are. So it really kind of tells you what's going on at the time. And she's got a letters section called Scarlet Letters where fans and readers write in. And in some of the earlier ones, there's also short stories that people submit, because around this time there's also a lot of short story magazines that were really popular, so people would send in little short stories.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting called out in chat. Your VTuber motto is blushing, I know. It's the memories of shirtless Wismore. Let me turn on my fan real quick.
Yeah,
Cool.
the mail order stuff is awesome. And James Warren himself owned a huge warehouse, and that's where he stored all of the mail order stuff. So this is Adam right here, Adam Van Helsing.
Our boy Adam.
Yeah, so we have Adam, Vampirella, and Pendragon. And this lady with a white streak, she's just some evil witch who is trying to resurrect an evil political figure in Cuba or something. Remember what is it, Cuba? I don't know what country they're in. Maybe it was Haiti.
Did you guys ever seen ads in these really, really old comics and how cool they were? And you can like buy life-size posters of Vampirella and all kinds of niche products that you wouldn't be able to buy anywhere else, like x-ray glasses and some sort of like magical rings and monster paws. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get there to show them this cool stuff you could order back in the day. So this is where Adam has been shot, and they force his father Van Helsing to help with a ritual that will revive this zombie ruler. And Vampirella sneaks in as a bat to save her love, Adam, and revive him the only way she knows how. by turning him into a vampire. But this is some really good art. And it gets, like, even better than this, too.
Wismar,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to save me, would you turn me into a vampire?
Yeah, I would.
Confirmed, Wismar is a vampire. Easy boy. Detective Wisteria at work.
Yeah, and then we got Vampirella saving the day by lighting the zombie ruler on fire.
We should do this in today's politics.
Yeah.
Or like we do here in Romania, where you throw politicians in the dumpster.
Yep.
Wismar is vampire. The chat knows. I'm sorry, Wismar.
Vampire, werewolf.
Got him.
Yeah.
I see ads.
Tan figure. All of it. Yeah, so this is ordering back issues. And, yeah, back in the day, you would just mail in money. I enclose...
Actual real money.
Yeah, I enclose this money for whatever you want, and then they send you back. I never trusted it as a kid when I saw it, but also I didn't realize how old the comic books I was reading, so it probably wouldn't have worked, and I was good to not trust it.
DB said the Lost Boys should have asked that from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the end of the Vampirella story, and then she's introducing, as a host, this new Quavering Shadows story, which doesn't have any recognizable characters in it. It's just a story alone, standalone story.
Can I ask people who are a tad older than me, what was this mailing money system based on? Was it based on honor? Was it based on a contract? You just send money somewhere and you hope for the best.
Yeah, you just had to trust it. And there were some scams. I don't think it was that they wouldn't send anything, but you know, it might just be that whatever they sent you was kind of like buying Wish products in the day.
I see. But it's remarkable that they did send something.
Yeah. So here we go. These are ads for stuff you could mail order in that aren't just the comic book. So we have hobby kits for a yellow submarine, the Beatles. Some Fantastic Voyage spaceships. We got a perfect replica giant snake from the TV series Land of the Giants. And even a flying sub from some TV show.
And it's a matter of trust that that thing was actually flying.
I wonder if that can still work, not mailing money, but old school like ads and products. I would like to try it out. We would like to try it out. We got to come up with some products. And this is the ephemera that I would like to offer in our comics, that you can't just, that don't really fit in a story, like you have an issue 1 or a trade paperback that has its own completed storyline. But when it's a anthology, you just kind of throw in fun stuff like ads. Some of them might be real, some of them might not. We might have ads for our t-shirts or whatever merchandise, and then also stuff we make up that's obviously made up.
Ooh, can I come up with a brilliant idea? If we do have ads for our own products, like posters and t-shirts and whatnot, we should make QR codes for them to be small in the corner of the ad that people scan, and it throws you into like a thing where you put your address and complete the purchase, and that's it.
Okay,
No mailing, no nothing. How's that sound?
that sounds interesting. You can write it down. A 6-foot tall Frankenstein poster.
And I want to make the ad that watches you at night. You know how that works? I'll make an ad for those mouse pads that have the squishy boobs on them.
Yeah.
With like a QR code, and the QR code sends you to a page saying you really wanted that. You know, Santa Claus is watching you right now.
Fun
It's
stuff.
not okay.
Fun stuff. Oh, and there was a lot of stuff going on in comics from the late 60s to the mid 70s, where 1964, I think the Comics Code came into being, and that's the whole reason why this is a magazine and not a comic book. This is why it's magazine size, not comic book size. So here's comic book size. Much thinner. Was because of the comic book code, so that kids wouldn't have bad influences. Warn comics are evil and bad for young minds. This is a comic about what's happening back then. And so they could get away with things that weren't allowed with the comics code because it was a magazine. That was their workaround. And these weren't, made for kids either.
Whisper Wisteria, I'm gonna go. Bye. Have a great time. Bye, everybody. Bye from chat. Thank you, Sir Funko, for hanging out. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks for hanging. Catch you later.
Catch up later. Whisper.
Yeah.
Do you need to adjust me, or I moved? Sorry. I fell off my chair.
Yeah, a little bit. Let me move you.
Domshi, hi.
Hey, we got a Domshi.
Sup, buddy?
Before I fix... Well, no, I'll go ahead and fix your stereo.
Fix me. Hey, Thunders. Hey, Domshi. Hey, Noon. Hey, Mimi. Ha.
Yeah, but if you can zoom out a little bit, it won't be cut off.
That is not a possibility right now.
Okay. There we go. Fixed.
Thank ya.
We have a Domshi ferry wheel to spin.
Whoa. Spin, 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 spin. What will it be?
More Beasley French to
my God.
welcome the Domshi 666. Welcome, Domshi, to the stream. To the stream.
The stream.
Yes. I found Wismore
It's
interacting
really
with his pet crow on TikTok. You did?
He found your site account.
Yeah, the crows had been absent for a long time, but they have recently come back with younger crows. I had a first meeting with the younger crow yesterday, and it was just the young crow, and he was making noise on the sidewalk. And then as soon as I came out of the door to give him his peanuts, he ran off because he was scared, and it really looked like he was running back to his parents, or like somebody had told him it would be easier than it was. Like he didn't know he had to face a human.
You're like, guys, you said free peanuts, no free peanuts in a giant.
Yeah.
Retender says to le stream, not the stream.
Le.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So glad to have you, Domshi. And this is the section where they're kind of talking about comics. In 1971, there was some sort of economic crisis. I don't know what it was. Before my day. And a lot of comic publishers and even newspaper publishers were having trouble for some reason. I read this article a while back, so I don't remember everything about it.
She says, I was being facetious.
Fastidious? Fate? You
It
got
was actually you. I sent it to you.
Fastidious? I don't know. Fastidious.
Fastidious?
I think that's how you say it. Fastidious.
It's fastidious? No. It
wasn't
be.
actually you. I sent it to you. Oh, yeah. I enjoy anything crow-lated sent to me.
Crow-lated. I'm in a mood for a game. Do you want to play a game?
What game?
You want to play Possum?
I don't understand. How's this game work?
I don't know. We just play Possum. We play Dead.
Okay.
Z is actually mocking the German D.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the equivalent in Bulgarian?
I think just in French, whenever you hit a TH, they go to Z. Even though it would be lay, but if they were talking in bad English, it would be Z.
What's the equivalent in Bulgarian to Tandars? Okay, back to comics.
Yeah, so these are the short stories that readers wrote in. And we've even got fan art. This is only issue number 15. They're already receiving letters and stories and fan art.
You don't have an equivalent? Man. We can do Bulgarian beastly accent.
Yeah, and I can't flip any further because we've got female anatomy that isn't allowed on Twitch.
That was a really diplomatic way of describing it.
But we can go through some more today, some other ones. Let me see what else I've got queued up here. I got some links. We got lots of content for you today, so I hope you can hang out and enjoy all the content. Let's see what this is. Okay. So this is something from a book called The Art of Vampirella. Get it on screen. There we go. So James Warren started his publishing career in 1957, and in 1964, whenever this comics code came into being, he released his second monster magazine, which was Monster World, so he did a lot of other stuff other than just Creepy, Eerie, and Vampirella. And one of the big competitors was EC Comics, and they were the ones that did a lot of underhanded stuff. Like, they would steal stories from other comic books. They would steal stories from those fiction short magazines. Yeah.
Suddenly I can't hear you. Oh no.
You can't? Well,
Chat.
I think we're still good on stream.
Fixed. Oh, it's fixed. It's fine.
Okay.
Sorry. Treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. Flippant.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so EC Comics was making money hand over fist because they produce things so cheaply. Like they would even cut out parts of older magazines and reprint it. So just a lot of stolen stuff, and it was selling well, and they had a bunch of separate comics too. And it was Warren Publishing that is actually producing the quality stuff.
Free Thunder says the definite article "the" in Bulgarian is actually added as a suffix at the end of nouns in Bulgarian.
Oh.
Examples at, cute, and it. Cute. Is it really stealing if you're taking it from yourself?
Well, they would take it from like other publishers.
Mm.
Other fiction publishers and horror comic publishers. And yeah, so he got James Warren got started doing monster magazines, which was really just fan magazines of horror movies. And then he got into doing these comic anthologies after that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Vampirella is a horror magazine, right?
Yes.
Did you ever feel not scared, but like that thrill of, oh my gosh, this is horror? Like, is it well written, or is not that kind of horror?
Yeah, that kind of horror really isn't in the Vampirellas. You'll kind of get that more in your creepy.
You get the vibe, but not necessarily the jumps.
Yeah, just the vibe. And Eerie was a little bit more action-packed than the creepy, so they kind of had their own vibes.
Three Thunder says, sorry, not cute, but yeah, we have a letter for yeah, which is an R that is misguided. Nice.
Oh, and this is talking about how they came up with the name for Vampirella. Originally, they were going to call her, what was it? Let's see if it has.
Noon said the horror is the constant fear of your parents finding the comic books. Yeah, this and heavy metal. If you've seen any covers of heavy metal, you'd understand why you have to move it constantly around your room so your mom wouldn't find it.
Yeah. Hide it like a porno mag. So her original name was going to be Miss Terry. Miss Terry?
Miss Terry.
Yeah. So I think they came up with a better name, Vampirella.
Well, technically, your name is Wist, and I have Wist in my name, so that's like the surname. It's Wist. My name is Theria.
Yeah. And I'm Moore.
Theria and Moore.
And then her nickname is Vampy, which we see on the cover of all of these.
In that drawing with that man, is that Adam?
Yep, that's Adam.
He doesn't look that excited.
Yeah, I'm not sure which scene that's depicting.
He should be more excited when sexy vampire is climbing on top of you.
Old horror comics like Creepshow had some nice ads too. Yeah, we got some cool ads in some of these. We're gonna open another one soon.
I want a petition to recast Adam, and I want him to be played by Johnny Silverhand.
Oh.
You think Johnny would enjoy Vampirella? Because the last girlfriend, he kind of was a jerk too.
I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Silverhand was a collector of Vampirella. He's got some good taste.
Yeah.
So it was really popular when it first came out. That's what this is saying here. The Crypt Keeper is from Creepshow, I think. Maybe.
Something I find really interesting is that you know how nowadays people hate ads with a passion, but the ads in these comics were something that you'd look forward to, and I want to bring back that vibe of liking the ads that you see.
Yeah, I remember as a kid really enjoying the ads.
Yeah, truly not knowing that you have like a certain amount of money, not knowing what to spend it on better, trying to afford everything. I want to give that vibe with our products.
Yeah, and there was some crazy stuff too. Like you could even order a monkey, like a live monkey pet, is in one of these I have seen. So I don't think James Warren had a monkey hanging out in his warehouse, so I don't know how that worked. But they had a limited supply. And one of them actually has the ad, but it says sold out, so I don't know why they bothered to publish it since it was already sold out.
Because you knew that it was so good that it sold out. Next time you see it, you might as well buy it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were just doing it for the shock value and they wouldn't deliver the product anyway, so they just said, we had this cool product that all sold out before you even got to it.
Well, back then you didn't have ads everywhere you looked. Not on billboards and such when you were driving.
I got to experience American ads on billboards and such on highways, and I was not convinced. I don't know.
You didn't see too many ads?
No, I did. Nothing really sold them to me.
Oh, I see.
Besides, there was one that said baby alligators, free oranges, alligator park.
I wonder if this is the Spanish Inquisition.
It looks like it.
So we have a 8-page Dracula full color comic in here. We even have a Greek myth that they illustrated about Orpheus.
Thunder says that was the one I meant. With the Spanish Inquisition?
Yeah.
Will this be in color?
Only one comic, like I think in the center, there'll be one that's in color. And
what's the idea behind everything black and white, but just 3 pages would be colored? What's that? Why is that?
Just to stand out, because I don't think the other horror magazines actually had color.
Mm-hmm.
So just to get somebody to pick it up, they're like, wow, there's a color comic book in here. And this...
Damshi says, billboard ads were meant for people who buy things on a whim or just because they were told about a product. At least this is my theory. Well, I think that the billboard ads that I saw only had like useful numbers that you need on the highway, like if you had an accident, if you needed to call a morgue or something. It's really morbid, but just
or a lawyer.
A place to put good numbers, nothing else. I've never seen like ads for a vacuum on the highway.
Yeah, I do see a lot of lawyer collision specialists on billboards.
Yeah, hospital bills, crematoriums, car insurance.
So this
McDonald's
is a 6-foot poster. You could get a Vampirella if you did a subscription for 2 years. You get it for free.
So technically she was 6 foot tall?
I looked at a DC comic where it gave the stats of Vampirella. She's actually 5'9".
She's taller than me. No.
Yeah, that's tall for a lady. That's above average.
I know. I'm what am I?
What
am I with more in inches?
5'2".
No, I'm not 5'2".
Yeah.
That's not true.
At least you're not 4 foot something.
Yeah.
Then you're getting into gnome territory.
Shin kicking territory. I am
But
5'2".
there are some
I'm
very
fine.
very attractive women that are at 4'11", 4'10".
I'm 5'2". I did not know.
So this is also something we like to do, where you write into Wisteria, and then she kind of has her own letter section. She responds.
Yeah, I want to write to people. Write to me and I write back. Promise. Pen pal. DB says, aren't you like 4'8"? What? What do you mean?
Vampirella is for male chauvinists. So I think somebody is...
What does chauvinist mean?
That would be like before, when somebody would call you a misogynist now, back then was called a male chauvinist. So they weren't all love letters that were being sent in.
Oh.
But she responds to all the interesting ones. So everyone does start off with a Vampirella story. And here's our boy Adam. He's already been turned into a vampire. This is number 22. And there's Pendragon.
Let me give clarifications to DB in chat. I remember you mentioned it one day that I'm 4'8". I might have said it. I am not good with inches, so therefore I'm 160 centimeters. Convert that whenever you want.
Yeah, I think I did the calculation. I remember it being...
I just looked it up. It's 5.24934.
See, 5'2".
Yeah.
Who's the artist on this one? Who's really good? Does it say? I think it says at the end. We've got a Jose Gonzalez. Yeah, Felix Moss is in this one. Whoa. Can't wait to see which one that is. Esteban Moroto. Actually, I've got another Esteban comic I want to go over one day. Amethyst. Number 1 is a mini-series. So there's only 4 of these. So he did the cover and all the interiors. And this is from the 80s. I think it's like 87, 86. First of 4. So, some future stream I'll go over Amethyst. And if this is a popular stream episode, I can keep going through these Vampirellas for quite some time.
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
People enjoy?
Yeah.
Well, here's the one talking about Vampirella is chauvinist. This is from The Gremlin. They signed it The Gremlin from Acton, Massachusetts.
Can you read it? I want to hear The Gremlin. Wait, before that. Pretender says the purpose of a billboard is to leave a memory and stay in your unconscious until you see it somewhere else. The memory reinforces itself and starts to remind you again and again until you start warming up to the product. Well, if it's like crematory services, I don't think you warm up to the product.
You really would warm up to that product. It's very warm.
Yeah. Yeah, but with no ad tactics.
I see. All right, so this is...
Ooh, can I give an insight before I forget?
Yeah, I'll have a drink.
We have a lot of mortuary places, business services here in my town, but like everywhere else in the world. Yeah, right. So then there was this one that wanted to stand out, and they had this business slogan thing that said, whether you like it or not, you're gonna end up seeing us one day. It was written everywhere, on like cars, on billboards, and you would think, wow, it really like sounds, I don't know, fun and everything, until you looked it up and it was like a mortuary place.
I've
We're
been
gonna meet again.
neglecting the YouTube, but I don't think we have any comments there.
Dahlia, hello.
Dahlia the Weremoth, Werehunter D, or Weremoth Hunter D. That was the nickname from the spin. And that means that
We
Weremoth
spin the wheel.
Hunter D has entered a fairy circle. How shall we welcome Weremoth Hunter D? With a meme, unearthing a meme.
Meme? The meme. Do you have memes?
I think I have another meme.
Bring the meme.
Can I copy Ed's path? Let's see if this works. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. PC restarting, OBS crashing, mic curses, Whist and Wisteria ready to stream on time. Hey, that's fitting for today.
That's fitting for every day.
True.
That possessed Mowgli child.
But I am super excited that our mics are still good now and the camera is so crisp.
It only took Wisteria flying across the ocean.
So, welcome, Weremoth Hunter D. Hope you enjoy today's content. Alright, you wanted me to read this?
Yeah, the gremlin one, please.
Yeah, from the Gremlin. I might as well begin this letter by saying I'm not really Vampirella's greatest fan. I enjoy the war in magazines, but my true allegiance goes to Famous Monsters, which was his first work we talked about from that Art of Vampirella book.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw the very first ad for Vampirella, I just about rolled on the floor laughing. I had never before seen such an overtly male chauvinistic character. Since I am a girl, female sex pots don't interest me, and since there didn't appear to be any originality to Vampirella, I didn't bother to get any of the issues. She is in go-go boots, I'll give her that. However, I picked up issue number 16 and immediately discovered that Vampirella was nothing like the early ads showed her to be. She proved to be not only quite human, but a far better human than most of the Earthlings I know. Wow, we've got a convert from I hate Vampirella to a fan.
Wow.
But I must admit, it was really the character Pendragon who won me over. Wow, somebody likes Pendragon.
And you say, who would even like that old man?
Except for the Vampirella series, her magazine seemed to be the same kind as creepy or eerie, but with less occult and more sex. So I didn't get any more issues. After a while, girls who wear nothing but garments which resemble either pixelated bikinis or cobweb negligees. Pixelated. I guess...
There were no pixels.
Yeah, I guess maybe photographs could be pixelated. I don't know. Because this was before... This was 73.
Do you think think she's complaining that she wanted high-res bikinis.
Let's see. Or cobweb negligees, and who are all incredibly beautiful, impossibly stacked. I wouldn't say impossibly. And how long flowing tresses get a bit monotonous.
What do you mean impossibly stacked? What's that? The bikini?
Vampirella. So I didn't get any more Vampirellas. Then I got a hold of issue number 20 because a cover looked interesting and my father bought it. Do I have a 20?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I have 20.
What a day to have your dad come home from work from the
22.
factory and bring you a Vampirella.
Once again, I was surprised. This magazine doesn't even seem to be out of the cocoon yet. The stories have improved, Vampy's character has broadened, and the art has improved. Yeah, all true in those accounts. But even more interesting than the magazine are the controversies going on in the letters page, like this one. Some of the comments startle me. The lead argument seems to be that Vampirella is chauvinist. Of course, Vampirella is chauvinistic to a great extreme, but in this, it doesn't differ an inkling from the other two Warren comic mags. Just take a look at them. Every time a female humanoid over 12 and under 60 years old is portrayed, almost without exception, she is half to totally nude, a stunning beauty, a possessor of a figure that would make Raquel Welch and any other movie sex pot purple with envy. All your artists draw all their women with their disproportionately long legs and the kind of perfect full 40+ inch bust line that only occurs naturally about once a century. They all have long slender hands with long smooth fingers and long perfectly manicured fingernails. And of all the women in Warren mags have lovely slender arms. In short, all the women in Warren mags look as though they poured into a mold, then had a few tiny details added to the face. From the back, they all look alike. A bunch of perfect sex symbols. When you look at any woman in a Warren mag, she looks so much like an advertisement for a Playboy club that is difficult to really consider her as a murderess or a vampire or a housewife or whatever she is supposed to be in the story. The first thing that enters your mind is sex, and that detracts from the impact of the story. So there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that all Warren mags are very chauvinistic, but then I have found very little literature of any kind, particularly ads, that isn't. So I'm not going to waste my time complaining about Warren in particular. For one thing, I have a fetish about vampire stories, and with TV reruns slashed and cut. So in Hollywood, turn out stuff like Blackula.
Blackula? No.
Yeah, Blackula was a movie with a black person as Dracula. I turn to Warren as a last resort and find that they're spinning some pretty good vampire yarns. I think that is ridiculous to accuse any one publisher or writer of chauvinism when the writer or publisher is simply echoing an entire society. Interesting thoughts from the Gremlin.
Three Thunder says, occurs naturally once in a century. That's why people exercise and take care of their bodies. Yeah. Do you think she was salty that she couldn't cosplay as Vampirella?
I don't know. I do not know her motivations. But she's kind of like wavering back and forth about how much she likes it and how much it bothers her.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
And she said that reading Vampirella brings like sexy thoughts into your mind first. When Noon said, really, the first thing entering my mind is pizza, but okay. Noon is built differently.
So it says, to help, Vampirella only received 2,000 letters this morning. Doesn't anyone love her anymore? And this is the address to send. Be included in the Scarlet Letters section. So she
Would you
was...
send a letter?
For sure, yeah. Talk about the stream. Subtly promote our stream in there. So there are definitely some age-old arguments, discussions, still from the 70s to today.
I really wanna look more into. We were reading this not comic. It was a book about comics and about comic controversies. Do you want to tap on that in the next stream?
Sure. Yeah, I can pull that book back up. It was about horror comics. That's where I got most of my information about this whole background of the publishing horror comics. So I can bring that up.
DB said that's a healthy amount. Like the letters that she received.
Yeah, the 2,000 a day. Wow.
Wish you both an amazing stream, Super Sleepy Fox Boy. Thank you for the funsies. Thank you for hanging out with us, Noon.
Yeah.
Hugs.
Always enjoy your presence. Sleep well. So this...
Let's all collectively say in chat, bye Noon.
Goodbye, Noon.
Yeah, bye Noon.
Trying to see if this is illustrated by. It doesn't say in the beginning or the end. So this is Jose Gonzalez for this one that's not... Oh, it looks like it is a Vampirella. Yep, okay, so we got Vampirella, Pendragon, and Adam. So there's 2 stories about Vampirella in here. Or, no, this is just a late insert. Okay. Yeah, so this whole story is one, and the title page was late in coming. Kind of like when they throw in an anime intro.
If I had free time galore, I would like to do Vampirella fan art.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Wisteria is kind of Vampirella fan art in a sense. Everything we do for the comic book
is paying an homage to Vampirella.
What?
It's paying an homage, isn't that how you say it?
Yeah, paying an homage, yes. Homagi.
Homagi. You were saying something, sorry.
I don't know.
See, this is why it's not good. We might have the audio okay, but then I'm across the ocean and then we talk over each other, and it's bad when we share the same peanut brain.
You see, Vampirella is moderately dressed here. She's wearing a coat.
Ooh, ideas. We watched the Vampirella the movie, and
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fun. Can we do a movie stream night to watch Vampirella together in high res?
Sure.
Because you can only find the crappy versions on YouTube.
Oh, that's true. Like where you can't see the... Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wismar got it from like a shady vendor down the street.
Yes. Neighborhood shady vendor. Can you write down these ideas? I know I will forget them.
I am a secretary once again.
And these were all done in traditional art. So that you'll see like the ink blots and the inking, and sometimes they even do charcoal. So these were, you know, professional artists who really had traditional art down. And sometimes they would even like scratch the drawings with an X-Acto blade to, you know, add action. That's probably some scratching in there. Action lines. I think Jose Gonzalez does take over for a lot of the Vampirella shorts for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like one of my favorite artists in here. I should
Would
see if there's
you
any
have-
other comic books he's done.
Would you like to see an entire comic did by Frazetta?
Yeah, of course.
Not
don't-
that it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know if he has one, but he did some like illustrations for ads. Like he actually drew up ads. So there is a lot of black and white inkings he's done, but he doesn't do really sequential stories. He just does one-page drawings. But yeah, I would have loved to be able to see what he would do for comics. And one thing they did, I wouldn't say here Jose Gonzalez, some of the, I guess, newer artists would use magazines or photographs. Ooh, what happened here?
Man.
Oh, I got all bent. I'll get there. I'll fix it when I get there. But, so when they do close-ups, they'll like trace over a photograph. This isn't an example of it, but some of the other ones are. So it's interesting some ways that they take shortcuts, even back in traditional art days. Jose Gonzalez is an artist. He doesn't do that.
One from the Artists Guild.
Yeah.
One of the bros.
Yes, there's a lot of action in these two. Vampirella set somebody else on fire. I guess she likes setting people on fire.
What is that called? Like a pyro...
Yeah, pyromaniac.
Yeah. Have you ever met a pyromaniac?
I don't think so. So this is the... Oh, it's by Esteban Moroto. Art and story by Esteban. This is the story of Orpheus that he's illustrated here, which is a really cool thing. That's also something else we want to do. We want to illustrate some forgotten folklore stories.
Yes.
Like the not well-known ones. But it's a pretty cool interpretation. We got these demons from hell as whoever goes down into Hades. What was her name? Is it in here? Was it Persephone? Oh, we got some tree spirits. Very cool. Some moaning trees trying to grab the woman. Save me, Orpheus. She came down to rescue Orpheus. Yeah, so it was the Esteban Morado comic books that were reprinted in the sort of one-shot collections. There's, I think, only like 5 of them that Warren Publishing did that sort of had me seeking out more and helped me discover Vampirella. Was a short story comic like Heavy Metal before I realized people had been doing that. And I had been aware of old horror comics and mostly the stuff like from EC that didn't really have as good art. They were quickly produced and cheaply produced. But I think James Warren's investment in the artists certainly paid off for the popularity of his publishing magazines.
Are there specific comic artists that you like to work with?
Yeah, I think I've sent a couple of names. I don't know if I really remember any off the top of my head. That'd be great to have doing some shorts. So this is more along the lines of the kind of color we want to do, where it's not like the 90s style where everything's gradiated. It's more of a cell shading. This does have some gradation, but it's not like the stuff that really ruins the art sometimes.
Yeah. And I like how they use the colors really creatively.
I'm not sure why the woman is green, but she's a VE.
What's that?
I don't know, some sort of vampire creature.
VE?
Yeah, VIYI. You can look it up for us?
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix
VIYI.
I don't want to hurt it. There is some comic book restoration I want to learn how to do. Because if you saw the one that had all the water stains on it, those are the kinds of conservation and restoration I'd like to do on them. Figure out how to make them look nice again. Preserve them.
VI is a horror novella written by Nikolai Gogol.
Oh, we do have
And
a Russian dude in it.
I mean, let me click on this. And first published in volume 2 of his collection of tales entitled Mirgorod. Or yeah.
So it's not like a real folklore creature.
No.
Okay. Go. I guess I'm doing the work behind you so nobody can see what I'm doing. Just fixing some bent pages. Oh.
This has some interesting stories. Should look that up after stream.
Yeah, I want to see what kind of comic books Jose Gonzalez has done other than Vampirella. So there is also a 120-page full-color comic of Dracula. So maybe this was just an excerpt. I don't know. It's also done by Esteban Maroto. This is Jose B. But they do draw their people with a lot of character. Like you can tell the difference. It's not a bunch of same face men and women.
Same face syndrome was not a thing back then. I like that it was really the shading was dynamic and it was not so shaded like some comics nowadays that truly don't know where the light is coming from.
Yeah. So some of the comics in the 90s really didn't understand lighting, so they would actually ruin the pencil work. Make it look worse.
Yeah, but these look cinematic. Like they are screenshots from a movie.
Yeah. And I also think sometimes they would use movie stills to capture emotions, like as a reference. I think I read about that somewhere. So this is Vampirella introducing a story about vampires called The Cry of the Dhampir. We've had Viri, we've had Dhampir. Lots of vampire stories in this one. Oh, and Vampirella has a sister. Her name is Draculina. She's blonde, but I don't think she comes up in any of these that we're looking at today.
So we have the vampire, the Dhampir. Now I introduce you to the concept of vampire, which is a Bambi vampire.
Oh, that's the not deer.
Yeah, the vampiric deer.
Oh yeah, the water deer. You know what? I could go through Black Hot's one stream too.
Yeah! Crowd cheering!
We could do more comic book streams. Not every stream is a comic book stream, but we could do like a weekly one. I would like to get back to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, me too. We have some interesting content to see. And we have a sculpture to go to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yes. And the wondrous ads. What are they selling now? Movies. Different horror movies.
Is that a book?
No,
From
it's
the
an alien.
blob column. No,
Yeah.
the blob column.
This?
Yeah. I can see it in
Yeah,
real time.
it came from outer space. What happens when a spaceship loaded with stellar monsters goes out of control? It doesn't really say what it is, but I guess it's some kind of alien. Maybe it's a blob alien. Or maybe it's like a gray. It's a big head. Big eyes.
The Avocado Boys.
Yeah. The Vampire and the Ballerina. What movie is this? A great horror film for those vampire fans with a strong heart. Nightmarish terror as the vampire arises from the dead to plague the dancing girl. Interesting.
Wasn't one of the Twilight movies about this vampire guy chasing Bella into her old ballet studio?
I don't think it was her, but I do think, yeah, in one of them she was in Arizona or something. And it was one of the later books, and they do end up, I think, destroying a ballerina studio.
Yeah.
We've even got like some kaiju movies in here. And when we get to the later 70s, after Star Wars comes out and such a big hit, they do change much more into sci-fi. And that's why you saw like the Amazon with the spaceship. They have a lot more stories trying to capitalize on the popularity of Star Wars and Sword and Planet kind of themes. You could even order books. These are all paperback books you could order. Wizards and Warlocks. I think that was one I said I wanted to look for, and I did look for it, and I was like, it's a bit expensive. A fantastic collection of science fiction plus, filled with horror and gruesome goodies. Stories by Derlath, Hubbard, and Block. Now, Prince Valiant is a really old one. I think it's like from 40s and 50s, but it had really good art. And it also appeared in like comic strip, Sunday morning newspapers in the comic section. They do like a few panels of the story, and it was an ongoing series. And they even made a cartoon out of it too, animated TV show. We got some
that ad for how does the giant pink hat grab you?
2-foot long pink vinyl, inflatable.
Hopefully not by the hand.
Yeah, so it's this inflatable hand.
That you're trying to explain to your mom where you got it from.
Wear the pink hand in a crowded bus, in the street, or to the movies.
Would you buy a pink giant hand? Would you put it around the tree and scare your neighborhood cats?
Watch people turn around and gasp. Friends and neighbors will stare. We have a limited supply. Get your giant pink hand now. Then they have these monster kits. I think they're like makeup kits for dressing as monsters. Let's see. No, they're models. Okay, sorry, they're model kits. So these are like essentially not posable toys, but toy size. And then rubber masks, not just for Halloween.
For all year round, if you wear it for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we get a writer's profile. Sometimes they do artist profiles. And we're back
What
to...
does the delayed payment say?
It's the story that Richard Sawyer wrote in.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just a short story. And then we have some more fan art.
Some more.
And somebody from Oklahoma just sent in some monsters. Specialist 4th Class Ronald Boone sent these monsterific muggings. So hopefully we can get some fan art one day.
Yeah.
Some fan art, some reader mails. Maybe we can just include stuff that we get from Twitter.
Are you ready to wrap this stream up?
We're getting close. I got some more stuff I want to go over. I want to go over Carmilla. Vampirist Carmilla.
I see.
Okay. So we looked through about 3 today. And then we're going to get into some publishing drama. Lawsuits. More intellectual property theft, possibly. We'll see what you guys think. If it's theft or not. Is it parody? Is it satire? Don't stick to my cover. There we go. Gentle hands. Alright. For this, we are going to pull up some screenshots. Some news articles.
Can you screen share with me too?
It should still be sharing.
Yeah, but you're sharing the Mowgli thing for the past hour.
The what?
The Mowgli meme?
Molding?
No, the meme.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the right window. Okay, so I think everybody can see this now.
Mm-hmm.
So recently there have been these magazines appearing, and it's called Vampiress Carmilla. It's got the same font essentially as Vampirella. Calls itself Vamps instead of Vampy. And so when I was looking for, buying Vampirellas off of eBay, this came up a bunch. I was like, what in the world is this? Is this new stuff? Is it old stuff?
It's knockoff.
Yeah, they've got some like old art. One I looked at, yeah, this one even has some Frazetta art. I was like, how did they actually get the rights for these? What's going on?
But the one, first row, last comic.
Yeah.
No, down.
Oh,
Yep.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a Vampirella cover.
Yeah, it was like spot on. Vampirella, I think number 4, something. DB says,
Yeah, so we did some research, and Wisteria sent me some links. How the heck? Yeah, how can they do this?
Were they publishing from another country?
Nope.
Were they publishing in a different time?
Nope, these are things you can actually go out to like Barnes & Noble and get.
DB said, I think I remember something with this.
So here's our first news article. Owner of horror magazine Creepy settles infringement suit. So
what does infringement mean?
It means like somebody is using something that they don't own. So they're infringing, they're sort of stepping into your property where you're not welcome.
Mm-hmm. DB says we saw a bit of it in another stream, I think.
Oh, okay. So New Comic LLC, I guess, is who owns Creepy now. And so I guess they got the stuff from Warren Publishing. And it's this Richard J. Sala who began publishing Creeps in 2014. And the name of his publishing company was Warrant Publishing instead of Warren. So it's definitely playing off of the other titles, so that you would easily be confused. But they came to some sort of agreement and continued to sell the Creeps, but they changed it to Shudder, I think, after the lawsuit. So it's now under Shudder name. And they're still going with Vampiress Carmilla. Let me see what else we got to explain what's happening here.
They were even doing almost the same artist names, even though they were not those artists.
Yeah. I need a drink real quick. My internet has slowed down.
Uh-oh. So I wonder, like, how much could you pay to just settle this without a court case?
Yeah, I would be interested to know how much it would cost to own the rights. Okay, here we got a little bit more. Cartoonist Richard Sala. This is on Bleeding Cool from 2014. So he had some other stuff he's done. Raw, Blab, Night Drive, Dracula. So he launched this creepy magazine called The Creeps.
Creepsters.
And Richard Sala isn't even his real name, because they were trying to like look him up. Yeah, we can look at The Creeps magazine. So
Do we know his real name?
I don't think so. So you can see it's changed over to Shudder from Warrant magazine, but still
you can
has.
still buy them?
Yeah. You can buy them new. Like, here, let's go to back issues. 2024 annual spooktacular. Yeah, see, they're still going. Some of these I think we could even flip through. Let me go to back to the Carmilla page.
I wonder how they are quality-wise.
They're really not bad. Let's look at number 1. Wait. I know there's a way we can look at them. Previews, there we go.
Power Man! Hi everybody!
Wizza Power Man! Welcome.
DB said there's a channel too.
A channel?
What channel? What kind of channel?
Wizza Power Man gets a new nickname. How about just... how about just Power Man? Power Man.
No.
Wizza Power Man really is a better nickname. It isn't even read properly. So maybe just
ABC Strong Lad.
Okay, ABC Strong Lad. That's your new nickname, Wizza Power Man. So you can see they're doing black and white comics still. They're decently illustrated. And yeah, we're glad to have you, ABC Strong Lad. We're going over this knockoff Vampirella, trying to figure out what's going on. This is from March 2021, so this is number 1, just started 3 years ago. And they're still producing these monthly.
DB said, I think that's where I've seen a Shudder channel.
Oh yeah,
I had it for a bit.
I see it. So I wonder if they're related or just advertising on Shudder. Because they do like to steal names, so who knows if they're actually related. I want to go back to our previews. Let's go.
There's a really cool cable internet channel called Shudder, which does horror stuff.
Yeah.
I did not know.
So
woo-woo.
These are coming soon. This is the latest one. Here we go. The latest one has a Frazetta cover, so I'm guessing they bought the rights to it. It's got the signature on it. It's from...
We hope they got the rights to it.
This one hasn't even come out yet. This is for July 2024. It's a preview. It still isn't up to par of the old Vampirellas, but it isn't bad artwork.
Is it ironic that it's better than the nowadays Vampirella?
Yeah. And they do like fake authors and fake artist names too, which is really weird.
Nobody wants to be traced.
Yeah, like they use variations of the old artist and writer names.
Mm-hmm.
But it is all... It is all new art that they're using on the insides.
I think the way they choose their artists is like, hey, can you imitate this old artist? And they're like, oh, kind of good, you're hired.
Yeah.
Peg of her heart.
Tubi has some really good old horror B-movies too.
Frustrates me to the core that I can't even open Tubi over here.
Oh. Alright, so back to our news. That was not Richard Sala. So what happened was he started producing these and became very popular with creeps and vampiress Carmilla. By the time that the suit came, they were already really popular, and it didn't really matter that they had been stealing, so that I guess they had funds to settle with, because these were selling very well. Let me get another article up that has a bit more. So here's the comparison between creeps and creepy. Let's see, this is from a news article from 2020. So this is 6 years in. They've been going since 2014, before the suit came along.
DB says, you guys use Spotify. I got a slot hook up too.
Oh, yes, I do use Spotify.
I don't. I use his Spotify when I'm around.
But I am thinking of canceling and just downloading songs. So let's see, what else does this tell us? Yeah, intentionally seeking to take advantage of the popularity and goodwill of Creepy magazine, its prior publisher Warren, and Creepy's devoted fan base. So there is a really huge fan base for all of these Warren publishing comics, because they were the best back in the day. They really hold up today. The art is amazing. The stories are good. So they have held their collectability. Even if they're not in the best condition, they're still worth getting just to enjoy and read. So New Comic Company got the rights in 2007. I don't think they're related to Dynamite, because a lot of this stuff gets published of Vampirella is from Dynamite. And some things from Dark Horse too. I think they had it for a while. Alright, let's keep going. I think there are still more answers to be found. 2022, we got a new update.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Where?
On the side.
Oh, over here?
Yeah.
No, once every 100 years she rose to terrorize the world. It's a woman.
Oh.
Alright.
We are like little detectives.
Yeah.
Van Helsing detectives.
Alright, so this is talking about New Line getting the stuff in 2007. This is telling how they're moving over to Shudder. Okay. A side note, the other magazines, Vampiress Carmilla and Dread, appear to have no trademark issues, although Vampiress Carmilla was formerly known as Vampiress, but abandoned that trademark in 2020, so recently. Carmilla is an old vampire story, like from 1700 or 1800s, I don't remember, but very old. So it is a name in the public domain. They're just sort of playing off of the way that, like, the font and whatever looks similar. So there apparently aren't any issues with Vampiress Carmilla. They didn't have anything, a suit against them for any of this.
So they did not even settle with money?
No. They've been free reign on all of this. And you know, they've got original stories in here. And it is kind of similar. I guess next stream when we go over the history of horror comics, it is kind of similar to the chutzpah or the audacity of these old comics publishers that would just, outright steal things, draw some more gore on it, and call it their own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the mindset has been revived through this comic book about all the crazy things that used to go on in the publishing world for these horror magazines.
DB says, I think is the first vampire story. The Carmilla story?
Yeah, it's one of the first.
What is the first?
The first is Vampire. It was started by Lord Byron. It was just a fragment, and then like one of his friends or apprentices or something finished the story. And that was the first time that a vampire was depicted as an aristocrat that exudes this sensual aura. That's where all that came from, is that vampire.
That was
story.
The first vampire fanfic?
Yep. So it was around the same time that Frankenstein came out from Shelley. And then I think after that was Carmilla.
Dracula was inspired by it, I think.
Yes, inspired by all those. I'm trying to see if I have my vampire book within hand reach, because I've been researching vampires and werewolf in fiction lately.
Why is Bram Stoker's Dracula more popular than Lord Byron's vampire?
I think it popularized the vampire fiction more so, but after Lord Byron's story, there was a lot of excitement about vampire stories, and there were operas and stage plays that capitalized off of the popularity across Europe back then. And I think it was just around the time that Bram Stoker came out with his Dracula, there was just more people reading, and it was more of a popularizer than a innovator.
DB says, freaking Lord Byron, he did everything.
Yeah.
Talented fella, isn't it?
He was a very interesting character in his own right.
Like Count of Saint Germain, the Wandering Jew.
Yeah, Count of Saint Germain. So yeah, you can actually go out and buy these Vampiress Carmillas, get some horror stories.
Or stay in and order them.
Yep. Oh, that's a direct knockoff of a Vampirella face.
Yeah, because you can see the corner face there is not a knockoff, and it looks bad.
This is some other character.
Yeah, it still looks bad.
And this is very much in like the old EC style. But yeah, I think we had some fun today. You think this is something we should continue with Vampirellas?
No, I definitely want to continue.
Okay. Maybe I can combine the history of horror comics episode with just some more Vampirella flip-throughs.
Hey, can we do an episode where we repair one of your comics of water damage and we dunk it in water?
Maybe. I kind of want to... Alright. You want me to stress out about it the first time, right?
That was the most nervous laughter that I ever heard from you.
Yeah.
DB said, I wish I still had some of my Boris collecting cards. They were nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they were used to collecting trading cards of various things. Used to really be a thing.
And now we collect Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Now it's just overrun by Magic the Gathering.
And Lorcana.
Yeah, that one I still don't understand how it works or how it got popular so fast.
You know why I find it so weird when we go to the game store, they have that case of expensive cards, and until now it was like a few of them of Pokemon and the rest were Magic the Gathering cards that were expensive. And now if you go, half of it is Lorcana, and it looks so stupid in that case.
Yeah.
Just like mixed with Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and actually good things, and then bam, Mickey Mouse.
It happened overnight. There were Magic the Gathering events, and then they all disappeared, and everything was like Lorcana for like a whole week, like the whole calendar. But I think it was something where Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast was no longer promoting events. I think they did some like special deals with these game stores. I don't know if they directly funded or just gave discounts or whatever, but that completely stopped, and Disney with Lorcana just swept in and used the opportunity to start offering deals to these game stores so that it would push Lorcana, and that's why it just got popular so fast.
DBC Lorcana still going? Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
We went to the game store, Lorcana posters everywhere, cards everywhere. I saw only one person that actually was looking through them, and all that I could hear in my mind was Mickey Mouse going, uh-huh.
But, okay. I think it's time to look for people to raid.
You know who contacted us?
Who?
Our dearest Nessa.
Oh, wow. Just recently?
Yeah, just while we were streaming, she asked for the Redbubble link so she can buy some Fox Girls like being chased hoodies.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I could even pull up our Redbubble link so people can see what we're talking about.
Yeah. I also promised her that I'm gonna add some Phelan art so she can order Phelan art. Which I forgot, but I'm gonna do tomorrow. Sorry, boo-boo.
Yeah, let me get to our link tree so I can pull up the Redbubble.
Can I put the link in chat?
Oh yeah, if you got it, that'd be great.
Yeah. There you go. Winkle shop. Where we have things.
All the old stickers. Banana dog.
And the stripy pants.
Yeah,
Your
I still haven't tried them out yet. Sash. And here's the fox girl. Oh, it's a sticker. I don't want
No, scroll down. That's how it goes. Click on the sticker. Scroll down.
Oh, we got it like super hidden.
This is how Redbubble works. It's stupid.
You gotta find your way. Like it's like a little puzzle.
Yeah.
To get the Fox Girls Like Being Chased t-shirt.
Yeah, boy.
I've got the poster up in my room. Wisteria
I got
has
2 t-shirts.
Yeah. And they're really good quality. I like the t-shirt material.
Yeah. I forgot both of them at your place.
Yeah.
Yay.
You can choose your own color.
You chose black. It looks super vibrant, super schmexy.
Sweet. Yeah. No, you said there was a hoodie? We did hoodies?
If you scroll... No, it was before.
Whoa. That looks pretty sweet. Still gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be the comic that we're working on, so it'll definitely have tie-ins.
True.
To a real comic book. Eventually.
Also, if people are gonna wait and everything, tomorrow there'll be some Phelan merch released.
Oh, okay. This is news to me as well.
Yeah. It's the OG Phelan art and the visual development one and whatever knickknacks I have. So you can buy stickers, Snickers, hoodies, mittens, whatever.
I'm gonna introduce everybody to a new streamer. She, I think, just recently started streaming, or just recently debuted. It is a vampire streamer, so it isn't too far off from what we've been talking about today. Oh, and she's even got her own wheel she's spinning at the moment. This
Cool.
is Vampykins. She's a VTuber, and she has been doing some fun stuff. Alright, so I really enjoyed today, and we've got lots of more we can cover in the future.
Lots of more here in Wismore.
Yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out and just vibing with us. But until the next time, we'll catch you out in the wild.
In the wild.
So let's see what Vampykins is up to here. Rating now.